What is going on, guys, and welcome to the second 2021 Dallas Cowboys mock draft out of Cowboys Film Room. Very excited to get this one out to you guys with all the recent speculation going on about what the Jones family is going to do in the first round of this draft. If Kyle Pitts falls to us, are we going to take him? If Surtain's there, Horn's there, Pitts is there, are we going to go with the priority on the defensive side of the ball, or are we going to go with the best player available, which of course would be Kyle Pitts if he was there at the 10th spot? Also, apparently there's rumors going on of us potentially trading up to the 4th pick. Is that to get a guy like Penei Sewell? I do not know. Sewell could fit in anywhere on this line and start right away, so it would be a great addition, but are we going to trade up to 4 to get him? I just don't see that as a likely possibility, so I'm going to stay put in this draft at the 10 spot, and whoever falls to us, well, we'll go ahead and take a look at it from there. Appreciate you guys for stopping by, and let's go on and get into this mock draft. All right, starting out, let's see who will fall to us at that 10th spot. Will it be Kyle Pitts? Oh, no. Oh, no. And yep, here we go. The exact thing that I had feared for. Kyle Pitts, Patrick Surtain, and J.C. Horn all available at the 10th spot. And I'm sorry, but I'm going Kyle Pitts, and you cannot talk me out of it. I know the need is on defense. I know we're a defense that gave up like 30-something points per game last year. And I know that we have a high-powered offense and plenty of weapons on the offensive side of the football. But Kyle Pitts, man, he's a unicorn, and you just don't pass up on unicorns in the draft when they fall in your lap. And I know Patrick Surtain, J.C. Horn are guys that could come in and fill at that outside corner spot right away and likely be really good in doing so. But there's also guys that we can get in the second and third round that can come in and fill that spot as well. Maybe not to the same effectiveness, but they will be able to do so. So yeah, I got to go Kyle Pitts here. I'm sorry. And another point that a lot of people aren't noticing that I think should be pointed out a lot more is if you don't draft Kyle Pitts, you're going to have to face him twice a year because you can bet that either New York or Philadelphia are going to be taking Kyle Pitts, and you're going to be paying the price for it 2 times a year. So I'm sorry, I got to go with Kyle Pitts here. You cannot talk me out of it. Definitely comment below. Let me know what you guys would have done here. And maybe I can see the light on the other side, but for me, I got to draft Kyle Pitts. And there we go. Kyle Pitts is drafted. And let's see how this draft goes in the remaining rounds. See, J.C. Horn actually fell quite a bit of ways. Kadarius Toney going to the Saints. Jalen Phillips to the Chiefs. Ooh, that could make their defense a little bit more scary. All right, and here we are on the clock with the 44th pick. And when it comes to what we're going to be picking here, it really comes down to what you prioritize on the defensive side of the ball because obviously we have to go defense here, especially with getting our guy Kyle Pitts with that first round pick. So really it just comes down to, okay, what are we prioritizing here? We're told on recent reports that we're going to be prioritizing linebacker in the draft, and the only guy that would really make sense here at the linebacker spot would be Jabril Cox. Also, of course, we know we can still stand to patch up that free safety spot, so we could be looking at a guy like Richie Grant, a guy like Jamar Johnson, some guys that are going to be able to float over that deep third middle of the field, get sideline to sideline, and make plays on the football. Or maybe we could go corner here. We got the likes of guys like Javon Holland available here. I still can't say his name, but Melifonwu, I know that's his last name. We have guys there that can come in and play that outside corner spot that we did not draft in the first round, be able to play that bump and run style, get back in a deep third in much of our cover 3 looks and be effective there. So really it just comes down to what are we prioritizing here, and I think with the recent news that we are going to be looking to prioritize linebackers in the middle rounds likely. I'm thinking Jabril Cox is the guy that we're going to want to go with here because not only is he a position of priority, but also I feel he is a perfect fit for this Dan Quinn 4-3 under scheme. In this Dan Quinn scheme, or at least what I expect out of it, at the linebacker spot, you're going to need fast and efficient linebackers. This is something that Dan Quinn has always had with the likes of Bobby Wagner, who was a lightning fast guy out of college, and still remains to be one of the quicker linebackers in the league today. He had that as well with Deion Jones in Atlanta, a kid who came also out of LSU and was, I believe, a 4.4, 4.5 40 guy, and came in and was making plays in coverage throughout his time with Dan Quinn, and that's a guy that we're going to be needing in this defense. I liked the addition of Keanu Neal to this linebacking core to come in and be able to play in that hook to curl or flat zone in these cover 3, cover 2 looks I expect us to see a lot of, but I also feel like we could add another piece there, use more of that speed, a guy that can go over the middle of the field, sideline to sideline, make plays on the football. But Jabril Cox is also a guy that can come down, fill his run fits, and be an effective tackler. So I'm definitely going to be going with Jabril Cox here. I just feel like he adds value to this defense that the likes of Richie Grant, Aleem McNeil, even if you will, Javon Holland could add, but I feel like he is the best scheme fit here. So we're going to be going with Jabril Cox, and especially so with the recent reports that we are likely to go linebacker in these middle rounds, and I really have no complaints with that. I feel like Cox is going to come in, be a great fit for this scheme, be a guy that we know will be able to come and fill in on the run, but then come in on passing downs and be able to roam over the middle and be a serious threat there. So getting into the third round now with the 75th pick. And as you can see here, right off to the left, Richie Grant was taken right out from under us. This is a guy that I probably would have taken at this 75th pick, so that is a bit of annoying. Of the remaining safeties, he was definitely my favorite. Definitely prefer him over the likes of Jamar Johnson. And yeah, I know we still needed to go corner, but I just love Richie Grant, and getting him at the 75th spot would have been a treat. But even then, I still might have gone corner in this spot, and I'll get to who I'm going with corner in a second. But with Damontae Kazee at the free safety spot, barring any injury, and we're hoping that is not the case, we should be good to go there, at least for this season. So we definitely do need to address the corner position. And for me, that without a doubt at this spot in the draft is going to be that of Kelvin Joseph. I think Joseph is a very, very underrated prospect in this draft, and is a guy that could come in and I think start for us right away. I think he'll be like Trayvon Diggs in that we can get him out on the field week 1 if need be, and I do think we'll have room to work him in. I think Jordan Lewis, with his re-signing, will move him back to the outside corner spot and maybe work him and Kelvin Joseph in. Anthony Brown also has the ability to go outside, but I like him a little bit more at the slot. So yeah, Kelvin Joseph I think is a guy, he's got the frame, 6'1", 195, a guy that you know can get back in his deep third, and I expect us to be running cover 3 a lot, so hope he's doing that quite often, and I think could start for us week 1, a very underrated prospect in this draft, and I would love if we could get him in the 3rd round, especially if Kyle Pitts is able to fall into our laps at that 10th pick. So going to go ahead and select Kelvin Joseph. Definitely let me know what you guys think about that pick. I know there's also corners available, the likes of Stokes right around there, that kid out of Syracuse, Melon Famu. I think I'm saying his name right. I'm not sure. But Kelvin Joseph is definitely going to be my guy there. And, well, as it turns out, it works out pretty well because we still have Jamar Johnson on the board at the 99th overall pick. Johnson, coming off a 4-interception season, is a guy that for sure can come in and add some good free safety depth. I still think the likes of Damontae Kazee will start at that free safety spot, but we know Casey coming off that Achilles injury. You never know with that. Johnson having that depth and having a guy that was likely supposed to be drafted a little bit higher than this 99th spot would be a really good filler piece at the free safety spot, and a guy that hopefully we could work into the starting spot. As you know, KZ is only on that 1-year deal, so do not be surprised if we end up drafting Johnson and he does eventually fill the role as the starter. So for me, this one here is a no-brainer. Going to draft Jamar Johnson with this pick, a guy that is rated very high on a lot of your boards. Happy to see him in this draft, or in this mock draft, fall to that 99th pick. So if that can be the case, that we get Joseph in that 3rd round, that first spot of the 1st round, or 3rd round, and then Jamar Johnson in that 2nd pick that we have in the 3rd round, I would be elated. Getting into the 4th round, our first pick in the 4th round, I actually do think this could be a spot where I see us trading back, especially if this is the draft board Just nothing really here catching my eye. Personally, where I would want to go at this spot is the one tech. So with that being said, I mean, you have a guy like Milton Williams. He's more of a 3-tech guy, looking at more defensive interior guys. You have a guy like Bobby Brown, the third down here, I'm sure. Yep, there he is. And he's more of a 3-tech guy also. But then you have Tonga down here at a BYU. A solid 1-tech guy, a guy that you can stuff in the middle and will be a solid run stopper for you. I just think it might be a bit of a reach to take him at this point. So I do imagine that we would trade back. So let's say we do trade back. I do think Tonga is a guy that may eventually fall into our laps, especially with our need at the 1-tech spot. Right now we have Antoine Woods and then potentially Neville Gallimore to fill in there. And the problem is Gallimore tended to thrive at the 3-tech spot and not so much the 1-tech spot. We had guys like Eli Anku come in and fill in that 1-tech spot and not really do the best job. So I do think it is something we definitely need to address. So let's say maybe we trade back a handful of picks. Let's just pretend we do that and we go ahead and take the likes of Kairis Tonga. I still don't know how to pronounce his first name, but we'll just call him Tonga. And go ahead and take him, a guy that can come in, like I said, stuff him into that A-cap, be your 1-tech guy, stop the run, hopefully get to the passer on some downs, but mostly bring him in for some run-stopping downs, early downs, run situations, hopefully do his job, stuff the middle up, and make some plays against the run. And now getting into our last pick of the 4th round and of this mock draft, I'm thinking, and especially because we went Kyle Pitts over Patrick Surtain and J.C. Horn in the 1st round, we're going to want to be going corner again here at some point. And for me, that guy's going to be Benjamin St-Juste, and that's purely because his size. He is solid film. He's a big guy, physical in nature, can go up and attack the football, but just purely because I think his size is good for this scheme. Having a 6'3", 200-pound guy on the outside that can get downfield and cover the top of the field in a cover 3 would be something nice to have if he does pan out as a guy that can stick around with NFL-level receivers. So I think it would definitely be worth the risk. Has great size, has great ball skill, can get downfield. We know he would be fine in a cover 3 if slotted into there. And, yeah, I just think there's no reason not to go here, especially with how we did not draft a corner in the 1st round, and right now only have Kelvin Benjamin in this draft class as our corner. So I think he would be a very good guy to pick here, mostly solely because his size, like I said, but also because I feel like he could develop into a good talent. So let's see what we got going here. I guess they don't really like the Jabril Cox pick. But yeah, of course, how can you not like the Kyle Pitts pick? I mean, come on, man. He's a unicorn. You got to be able to take him there. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of this one. I guess I didn't do a B. I'll take it. I know these draft grades are kind of wonky, but definitely let me know what you guys think. That's going to be the most important grade. Let me know where you would have went in these certain situations, especially there with Kyle Pitts and Patrick Surtain and J.C. Horn available at 10. What you might have done with that 2nd round pick. Jabril Cox might be a controversial pick as well because he's a guy that could maybe fall later in the draft. But we have been said to want to go linebacker at some point in the early to mid rounds. And then, yeah, what do you guys think of Kelvin Joseph, Jamar Johnson, Benjamin St-Juste to fill out this secondary in this draft class? And also Tonga to come in and be that 1-tech that we have direly been needing. Could definitely be a project guy, but at least will be a big frame that can come in and fill up the middle. Definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on all of this. And yeah, once again, guys, thank you all for stopping by. Definitely don't forget to subscribe. We're going to have a mock draft each week leading up to the draft, so you don't want to miss out on those, as well as film analysis and breakdowns on all of our new free agents and eventually new picks in this 2021 draft. Getting closer and closer to the season and finally being able to see what this Cowboys roster, or what we expect this Cowboys roster to look like going into the 2021 season. Once again, guys, thank you all so much for stopping by, and I will see you on the next video.